So apparently this woke CNN activist broke down in tears or whatever after posting that 304 thirst trap. We're going to be checking this video out from the conservative perspective. Shout out to him. Go and check out the full video on his channel.
Place I had on a show on CNN had been compromised. I ignored it, just hoping it would go away. Or even more, did I imagine this? But I didn't. A few hours later, he said hello. I didn't respond for 2 more days, despite his plea the next day to call because he wanted to discuss work. I tried to punt until after the Georgia runoffs, asking a week later if he still wanted to discuss his work idea, despite him mentioning tinsel bikini and tinsel bottom along the way. As I think about this, it feels so small compared to what other women in the workplace experience. But I was afraid to speak up. Between New Year's and my follow-up, an insurrection happened on Capitol Hill where I feared I would lose loved ones. I felt like if I called him out, I was risking everything I was finally starting to build with the network. And as someone who is known for being courageous, I cannot begin to tell you how much I felt like we even now feel like a coward. In 10 short days, I felt like what was a clear ride to the promised land turned into quicksand.
All right, guys. So on your daily dose of cringe here, right? We got to talk about an interesting story involving a woke former CNN activist, Angela Ree, who is trying to promote her podcast, Native Land, with Fire MSNBC host Tiffany Cross. You guys know the race hustling lady, right? The lady.
Shorty trying to put out a podcast? Okay. I don't want to go too crazy, but okay.
That basically hates white people. She got fired after she continued to say racist comments about whites on MSNBC, but she probably got fired because her ratings were low, and she also was allegedly misusing funds when she traveled for the network. And Andrew Gillum, the crackhead former governor candidate that was running against Ron DeSantis in Florida, the election that Trump essentially helped Ron DeSantis win, that made Ron DeSantis' career. Okay, probably one of the best things Trump did was helping Ron DeSantis win that governor election in Florida and keeping Andrew Gillum out of office. Okay, so with that being said, all 3 of these rejects have started a podcast that absolutely nobody will listen to, right? And they know that nobody will listen to it because they're trying to promote their podcast with wild fake victimhood stories like this. Okay, that involves Angela Ree. Essentially,
man, that's a crazy way to launch your podcast, bro. That's an insane way to launch a podcast. But yeah, let's go out here and tell them all victim tales. Let's tell them all victim tales. It'll be all right. Don't worry about it. We're gonna just tell them all victim tales. You know what I mean? Tell them all the things that we gone through. Right? Stuff that they don't even know about for certain. Right? Things that they don't even know for certain. Chris Cuomo. Right? We just going, this train keep playing. We're just going to keep putting that out there just to use that as like a launching pad. Right? To use that as like a launching pad just for you to get your podcast, the views that you want. That's disgusting. That's mad nasty, bro. Like, what? Right? Like, and I guess if you woke, you're not going to call us out. If you woke, you ain't going to like say nothing. It's a nasty, nasty world that we live in right now. This is the type of stuff that you get off on your launching pad. For real? Nasty. I don't even know these people. I know enough. I know enough now. That's for sure. Definitely know enough. Very foul.
Thirst trap on Instagram. And now she's claiming that she got axed from the network, aka fired, after confronting Chris Cuomo on this text message, right? This inappropriate text message. Now, I'm going to show you guys the picture that she posted, and I hope that YouTube is okay with this. I'm pretty sure they're fine. Bikini. But this is the picture that she posted, right? And, Chris Cuomo thought that it would be appropriate to comment
was
on this picture. Now, Angela Ree, again, in promotion of her podcast, is crying fake victimhood tears here.
Because he commented
about Chris Cuomo commenting on this photo that she posted on Instagram for the world to see, right? An obvious thirst trap. So I want to play what she had to say, and then I want to give you guys my opinion on it. So without further ado, let's get into it.
Yeah, he had for his primetime show. Chris Cuomo was suddenly excited about a prominent and regular role for me where I would check the left. Truthfully, I had my doubts on the genuine nature of this idea. Our on-air conversations and chemistry became something viewers look forward to. But Cuomo came up with this particular segment idea after a text exchange that went woefully wrong. I need this, I thought. A network exec had already told me they didn't see me as a host, despite my hosting a very successful podcast and hosting award-winning news specials on BET. This was my chance to prove them wrong. Can't I just ignore this indiscretion? It all began on New Year's Day when I posted a picture of myself looking forward to the new year in a gold sequin bikini on Instagram. Cuomo screenshot the image and said, "Happy New Year, tinsel crotch." Stunned, I read and reread the message a dozen times, trying to understand.
Okay, so again,
that's funny.
What bothers me about stuff like this, right?
Wait. Why'd you post the way? That sounds crazy. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to laugh at her quote unquote pain. That sounds crazy, bro. Whoa.
Okay, so you're a woman, right? You're a professional woman, okay? You're supposed to be a journalist, okay?
Why are you posting pictures like that?
This position, this show, whatever, right? On a major network. Why do you think that it's appropriate to post a picture of you in a bikini
that sounds crazy
Instagram for New Year's, right? And we're not talking about a bikini picture in which she's at least trying to be, somewhat modest, right? Because I don't think there's anything necessarily wrong with bikini pictures, but that bikini picture that she posted, like her crotch is literally like the focus of the picture, okay? So Chris Cuomo, comments on it, which again, I'm not endorsing his comment. It's not something I would have done, right? I don't think that is good judgment, okay? But then again, this is the guy that got fired from CNN for essentially helping his brother out with his Me Too allegation. So, hey, Cuomo probably doesn't necessarily have great judgment. I think the message was a joke, right? More so than anything.
What's it sound like?
She is offended because he's commenting on her photo in a way that she probably sees as explicit and sexual. But she posted the photo, which, in my opinion, invites
That's what the photo was. You posted what? You posted the photo. But what was you posting for? Look at this private area for
this type of comments, right? And it invites that type of attention, especially considering how she was posing in the photo, right? The angle at which the photo was taken, right? We all saw the photo.
Right.
But yet she's shocked that somebody is commenting on a photo, a obvious thirst trap that she posted on social media for attention, right?
She
got exactly what she was looking for, and now she's boo-hoo-on and crying about it, pretending that she's some type of victim. But let's carry on.
If I somehow brought this on myself, since whatever you post on social is fair game, right?
Yeah, I mean, you kind of did, right? I mean, I'm just keeping it 100. You kind of did.
Rocks. I teared up, like now.
You teared up?
I felt like the safest place I had on a show on CNN had been compromised. I ignored it, just hoping it would go away, or even more. Did I imagine this? But I didn't. A few hours later, he said hello. I didn't respond for 2 more days, despite his plea the next day to call because he wanted to discuss work. I tried to punt until after the Georgia runoffs, asking a week later if he still wanted to discuss his work idea, despite him mentioning tinsel bikini and tinsel bottom along the way. As I think about this, it feels
that sounds crazy
compared to what other women in the workplace experience. But I was afraid to speak up. Between New Year's and my follow-up, an insurrection happened on Capitol Hill where I feared I would lose loved ones. Wow. I felt like if I called him out, I was risking everything I was finally starting to build with the network. And as someone who is known for being courageous, I cannot begin to tell you how much I felt like, even now, feel like a coward. In 10 short days, I felt like what was a clear ride to the promised land turned into quicksand. Even upon receiving the call about my contract not being renewed, I was talking to another network about a big opportunity and feared I would lose that work. And most importantly, the ability to reach the audiences I love in such a critical time if I spoke up.
Shorty.
I went over this timeline over and over again, obsessing about whether I was making it a bigger deal. Chris, you texted me from a new number last year asking if I'm mad at you. I was, but I was really mad at myself. I was mad at myself for not saying anything sooner because I was lacking courage and preferring my financial well-being over my mental health.
You should have been mad at you.
Right. So you're saying that you were uncomfortable from you posting a nasty picture publicly, right? And someone commenting on it, and you were ashamed or whatever.
You posted a picture in the first place. Because look, at the end of the day, here's the deal.
Why did she post that?
I'm not saying it's necessarily okay for men to make sexual jokes about women. I think that Chris Cuomo definitely had a lapse in judgment there, right?
Yeah.
But I don't think that the joke was that bad. Okay, I think it was more about the bikini in and of itself, the style of bikini.
I've had worse said about me.
You decided to post it, okay, with your crotch obviously being the main focus of the picture, right?
Right.
I think again, it was more of a joke more so than anything. But if you can't handle the comments and the attention that you're getting, why did you post it in the first place? Right? Maybe you should, I don't know, post thirst traps as a CNN journalist.
That's what it is. She wanted the attention, but she didn't like who she was getting the attention from. She wanted some comments, but not from him. Right? And this is how it usually works in society, right? A lot of things that I want people to listen to me carefully. It's not me saying, oh, if you're attractive, you should go out and go crazy. No. But a lot of things that people will react to after the fact and say, oh, wasn't cool. This is messed up. They're only saying it because of the person, right? I've seen some ish, and not saying it's okay, but I've seen a chick be attracted to a dude and him wow out verbally and get a giggle. And another person say, hey, how you doing? Get away from me, you creep. Right. So yeah, I do think that this can be applied to that, because why else would she post that unless she wanted a certain type of attention? She just didn't like who she got the attention from. Right. I bet you all the hearts she was okay with. Right. She was okay with people hearting it. Right. If I was to look at that picture and look at the comment section, I guarantee that comment section wasn't squeaky clean. Not for a picture like that. Right. So it was really more so, I don't like this guy, or I think it's creepy that this guy or this person's commenting on my photo that I posted publicly. Right. I'm not even saying it's okay for, I guess, the joke to have been made. I'm saying it's not as big as a deal. Without a doubt, I do agree fully with Black Conservative perspective. It wasn't that big of a deal.
That is trying to build her professional career. This is what you allege, that, hey, I'm trying to build a professional career as a journalist, not as an Instagram model, right? Not as a, I guess, internet influencer, right? But as a journalist, like you're trying to get a show, but yet you're posting these types of inappropriate pictures on Instagram, which again, I'm not saying that women can't post bikini pictures, right? I'm not going that far with it, right? I'm just saying that when you post bikini pictures in a way that is overtly sexual, and again, in her case, her crotch being, the main focus of the actual picture that she posted, why get upset and mad when people comment on it, right? In Chris Cuomo's case, again, I think he had a lapse in judgment. I think that he commented on something that he probably should have refrained from commenting on, right? He made a joke, okay? But I don't think it was that bad, okay? I think that you are overreacting, and I think this overreaction really is her trying to promote this podcast and nobody will listen to, by essentially trying to make Chris Cuomo out to be some type of pervert or a predator. And
it's marketing. And the sad thing that most people don't want to hear is a lot, I don't want to say majority, but a lot of like these Me Too online allegations and all that stuff is for marketing, right? No one ever questions these chicks that come out, right? The e-girls that come out and throw something at somebody and it gets debunked to be proven wrong. But meanwhile, this girl got a whole streaming career now, right? Because simps don't care. Right, so a lot of people will say anything for clout. That's happened on plethora of times.
I have a problem with that because, again, this happens to a lot of men, right? You make a little joke about a woman. She posts a picture, make a little joke. Okay, the joke's a little sexual, but you don't mean anything by it, right? It's just a funny joke, okay? And all of a sudden, you're a predator, right? Woman boohoo-wanding. Why you comment on my thirst trap? Right? Why you comment on my crotch picture? Right. Well, why'd you post a picture in the first place if you didn't want me to make a joke or comment about it? Again, it's crazy, man. It's absolutely crazy. Look, I'm going to tell you something. I don't have a problem with women thirst trapping. What I have a problem with is women getting upset when I comment on the thirst trap. You know what I'm saying? Like, for example, there's a big debate about what women wear to the gym. Hey, look, if crazy. A woman want to walk around and show me everything that she got for free, hey, I'm not necessarily going to complain. My only complaint is when you complain about catching me looking, right, at what you're showing me for free, okay? Exactly. Or trying to accuse me of being some type of pervert or, you know, some type of predator or harasser when you, again, are...
It's crazy. You got your cheeks out. You over here doing all types of bouncing. It's insane. Fam, I don't go to gyms because I feel uncomfortable now. Right? Because now it's like I'm trying to get a good workout. Fam, this is happening to me. I go to gyms like late night, right? I'll make sure I get like a 24/7 type of gym. I'll go there. I'm on a treadmill and there's no one in the whole treadmill section. A chick, I'm in, cheeks looking crazy with the short leggings on, right? And get in front of me and decide to go for a run. What? The outfit, the bouncing, it's not appropriate, right? But then let me look. Right? Or say something, depending, because maybe she was trying to flirt and wanted me to say something. A lot of people say, well, the gym is not a place to hook up. I know a lot of people that didn't hooked up in a gym. Shoot, I could really start telling some tales out here that don't even involve me. There's a such thing that calling gym thoughts. That's an actual thing. But yeah, fam, it's once again depending on if the person finds you attractive or not. Right. But yeah, why would you be out here showing all of that? Right. You got people, men, testosterone pumping. Right. And you just, you better not look at me. I remember when I was in job quarters one time, right? Years ago. Right. I used to be like one of the main dudes in the gym lifting weights. We in there, me and like, I would say like 5 dudes, right? Like 5 other dudes, some from the football team, some from the little basketball team. Everybody's asking me for weightlifting tips, whatever. Some girls in there, and I ain't gonna front. She was looking right. She was healthy, okay, thick as hell. And she had the nerve to have these like crazy leggings on, and be surprised that men were looking. But I don't wear these leggings to get looked at. There for the comfortability. So put on some sweats. There's a whole plethora of outfits you could probably wear, right? That's not designed for something to poke out. Have you seen these leggings? They have like certain type of stitching and lining to like boost certain things. It's out of line. So yeah, she was getting mad because people wasn't going hard. They just a glance here and there. So I had to turn and look at her like, are you insane? Do you not realize like the dynamics of like you, how you look, what you're wearing, where you're at? Bunch of men lifting weights, the testosterone pumping. But no, we can't dare to look at you. That sounds insane. It's either you could take the compliment or maybe dress appropriately to where people ain't gawking at you, right? Now, that's not me saying people have the right to be creepy or anything, right? But you got to expect it. I don't walk around with gray sweatpants on a normal day basis. That's come on. I can't be doing all that. I'm out here. I'm causing all types of like traffic jams and accidents. Like the chick that didn't wear a bra on the Seinfeld episode. I'm just out here walking around with my gray sweatpants causing accidents. Man, a female police officer that was riding one of those horses, like the police horse. Damn, she almost crashed the horse one time, bro. She almost crashed the horse. Yeah, let me play this.
Trying to show the world all of your assets, right? Clearly, this is what you're trying to do. Sorry, which, hey, bro. Freedom. I'm not really going to say anything about it. My only problem is when you have a problem with me doing exactly what you're asking me to do, right? I'm just saying. Okay? This is something that I think is a big debate, in the modern day cultural topics around women and modesty and stuff like that. That's why I advocate for women to be modest, right? Ultimately, at the end of the day, even though I don't mind seeing it, I think it's better for women to be modest. Therefore, they don't have to worry about, stuff like this, right? You don't have to worry about men being men, okay? Reacting to, things that we naturally would react to, okay? I mean, it is what it is.
Not standing up for women who are often left powerless in these situations. I was mad at myself for not addressing this sooner. I was mad at myself for protecting your image with the Black women I know who loved you and look forward to hearing your voice. I know I'm not the only one. And truthfully, I'm mad about that too, that everyone is giving you a pass for fear of what it might mean to hold you accountable for clearly inappropriate behavior and overstepping.
Well, maybe you should be held accountable for posting a picture, right? See, this is what I'm talking about. Chris Cuomo needs to be held accountable for making a joke in response to a picture that she posted online in which she's clearly inviting people to, comment, right, on her picture, okay? In the nature of the picture in and of itself. Chris Cuomo must be held accountable, but no, she shouldn't be held accountable. Again, amazing stuff. Absolutely amazing stuff. I love this logic from women.
I was mad at myself for shrinking in the face of power when people depend on me to stand up, to speak up. This was harder for me because we were legitimately cool. We had a great rapport, and I was worried about damaging a friendship and a working relationship that you actually damaged.
Yeah, because if you're friends make jokes, right? That's why I'm just so perplexed, right? It's like, well, if we're friends can make jokes. And that's what he was doing. He was making a joke. But no. You can't make jokes. See, this is why, again, I think there is a legitimate debate to be had about whether or not men and women should be friends. Because, when men are friends with other men make jokes like that. But when it comes to women, though, if a man makes a joke, right, they boohoo on and cry and they go on a podcast and try to make you out to be a predator, right? And that's what's happening to Chris Cuomo. And that's why the lesson here is that men in the workforce, keep your relationships with women 100% professional, okay? They're not your friends, okay? Women are not your friends, especially in the workplace.
Man, that is facts. That is facts, fam. I hate to keep giving my own life experience examples of just things that I've witnessed, but I do think that that's beneficial at the same time. But yeah, I've had certain jobs to where, as soon as I came in, they gave me the warning, like, yo, listen, there's certain chicks here that they are deliberately going to try to mess with you, right? Just to get you in trouble. And I was like, that can't happen. They really, for what do they get out of that? That's a thing, right? And it never happened with me because I don't talk to nobody, right? People used to hate me because I didn't speak to people, right? Oh, he thinks he's better than us. No, I just don't want to, engage with the foolishness. I don't have time for it. Things of that nature, right? I don't have time for it, yada, yada, yada. But there are people that just, they on that type of time. They get joy out of it, right? So yeah, I think you should definitely not, use the bathroom when you eat, right? I think that's not a good choice. I think that's a poor choice, not a wise one. Now, can it happen or can it be possible? Sure. Right. In fact, there's actual forms that you can sign if you do engage in a relationship with someone from your job. There's forms that you can sign to make sure everything's, A-okay. With human resources. If you somehow get into that situation, I guess, right? I would advise against it. But if you just stumble upon it, then yeah, there's ways to protect yourself.
Because as soon as you slip up once, right, no matter how much she makes you think that you're friends and that, you can make jokes and go back and forth with each other, push each other's buttons like, normal, regular friends do. No, you can't. Right?
Man,
best thing to do is
I was at a job where I was sexually harassed. I reported it and was fired. I called a lawyer, and a lawyer told me no one would ever believe me because I was a man. This is a fact that actually happened to me. Damn, like maybe 4 or 5 years ago. Probably more than that though. But yeah, it happened to me. That was an actual thing. It was crazy because it was like a girls' club, right? You know, the way that they make it seem like in the movies was like all the people with power in the office is all guys. Not at that company. It was the opposite. And they were literally saying the craziest things to me, about me, in front of me, all of these things, right? It was really nasty. It was super nasty, bro. But no one cared because I was a man. So yeah, it's best to just, focus on your job.
To proceed on the side of caution, be as professional as possible, keep your interactions at a minimum, okay? Whatever you need to talk about professionally, you talk about it and you're done, okay? Limit your interactions as much as possible because you end up with situations like this.
Focus on the job.
And that's just kind of the reality of the world. And that's my takeaway when it comes to this video, because of course, women are not going to hold themselves accountable for their own actions, right? She's not holding herself accountable, even though she admits that, yeah, whatever you post on social media is free game, right? It is. It's free game. If you're going to put your crotch out on social media for the world to comment on, you can't boohoo, whine, and cry because your friend sent you a joke about a picture that you posted. Again, it's amazing stuff. I'm not buying into the fake tears, right? I think that they're trying to get views for their podcast that, again, nobody will listen to in the long run because nobody gives a damn about what these people have to say, okay? Which is why, again, this woman ultimately did get the show, right?
All for his back. I'm
just saying, while all three of those individuals don't really have any careers anymore because, again, nobody cares what they have to say. Let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and support, and share.
It's messed up. Overall, I think that, yeah, I'm not going to say if I believe them or not. What I'm going to say is that I think that she took it overboard and is using it as a marketing scheme in a way to get attention for a podcast that nobody is going to ever care about. That's just my personal opinion, though. Tell me what yours is down in the comment section. Also, if you had a video that you would like to, get my opinion on and get me to react to, especially while I'm playing games and getting in this cave and putting in that work in Stardew Valley, you should join me while I live stream. If you want to, make recommendations to me, send it to me via Discord, email, which is contact@bxbsport@gmail.com, or you can send it to me via Instagram. All right. That's the only thing I would want sent to me. Somebody called my damn Instagram. Don't do that. Don't do that. Why is that? Why? What? Don't call me. I thought I had it set to not receive calls, which I think I did it. Maybe some update unset that. But don't call me just randomly. Just want to see how you doing. What do you think I am? Don't ever call me. That's weird. Don't do that. Don't do that. But yeah, that's my opinion. Tell me what yours is down in the comment section. Hey guys, hope you enjoyed watching the video. Now, if you have some extra time, can you do me a favor? Check out my music. I rap, I sing, and I make beats. All of that should be linked in the description. Also, if you want to watch me live stream, you can check me out on BXBSboy Live. That's another YouTube channel. It should be linked to my homepage. And you can check me out on Twitch and Rumble. I'm streaming on all these platforms, man. Trying to just get out there. Also, if you want to support me, you can sign up for my memberships on my channel, as well as my Patreon for as low as $1. You get exclusive access to a bunch of videos early before you even get it on YouTube, as well as videos that's not ever going to be on YouTube. Stuff that actually got me suspended and banned. It's kind of my anti-cancel culture fund for BXBSboy. You know what I mean? And it also helps me get resources for certain video essays and things of that nature. Check that out if you're able to. Follow me on Twitter, follow me on Instagram, and join my Discord if you are able to, man. The link should be somewhere within my description or somewhere on my channel. I would really love to see you there, man. That's where you get a chance to talk to me and the rest of my supporters, man. I appreciate you guys. Bang, gang, out.